Hello, welcome one and all to the 12th official episode of Dylan Explains Everything. My name's Dylan, and in case you couldn't tell by the title, I'm the one explaining everything, including the topic of today, YouTube. I'm going to be running through a lot of facts, so if you're curious as to where I get my information, be sure to check the description below for a list of links. So what is YouTube? Well, if you don't know what YouTube is, I'm a little concerned because there's no way you're watching me off of YouTube, but for the sake of education, I'll briefly summarize what YouTube is. YouTube is one of, if not the world's biggest free video streaming application, and pretty much anyone who does anything on the internet knows what YouTube is. It especially grew thanks to things like gaming channels, which are still a huge section of YouTube. As I've said, YouTube is very popular, grossing a whole 6 billion hours watched every month. And it has made its way to one of the top websites in the entire internet. Not only that, but it has 100 hours of footage uploaded every single minute. So how did this all start? Well, it all started in 2004 with 3 people who worked at PayPal together, named Jawed Karim, Steve Chen, and Chad Hurley. Now, they realized that there wasn't one good free place to watch videos posted by other people. After a few major things in the world happened, they realized that footage of these events should be somewhere where everyone can watch. And thus, after getting a $11.5 million donation from a company called Sequoia Capital, YouTube was born in 2005. It's been quite a process, though, to get YouTube to where it is today. It all started in February of 2005 when the domain, logo, and trademark were all made. But originally, YouTube wasn't even supposed to be for videos to be posted. It originally started as a video dating profile website, but after they started having to pay people to post videos by using advertisements, they realized that inevitably videos of all kinds were going to be posted onto there. Eventually, in April of 2005, the first video was uploaded to YouTube by the creator Karim. It was called Me at the Zoo, and you can still watch it today, though it's only 18 seconds and is only Karim talking about elephant trunks. After an initial beta testing period, the company allowed anyone to post videos as of December 2005. And shortly before this, the first video had actually gotten 1 million views, which was a Nike commercial. Of course, with any big company, there's going to be some controversy. In February of 2006, there's a problem where people were posting clips from a copyrighted segment of Saturday Night Live. They ended up having to take these videos down, and YouTube had to set up a program so that people could tell if the videos they were posting were copyrighted or not. Then, in June of 2006, YouTube made a partnership with NBC, despite their disagreement earlier that year. Now, this would be the beginning of a long line of huge partnerships for YouTube. After a while, in 2006, after going through some back and forth with Google and Yahoo, YouTube was finally sold to Google for $1.65 billion. This allowed each founder to make $400 million that day. Shortly afterwards, in June of 2007, YouTube was opened up to 9 more countries, including the UK, and released on mobile, which is where it's most popular today. Then in July of the same year, CNN partnered up with YouTube to host several presidential campaigns and debates on YouTube. Then, in August of the same year, Google started putting more ads and banners at the bottom of the screen on YouTube, which I know everyone loves. And then in December of 2008, YouTube finally allowed HD videos in 720p. Then, in 2009, YouTube started allowing 1080p videos to be uploaded, and it had started getting 1 billion views every day. Around this time as well, gaming channels and vlogging channels were really starting to take off. But then there was a certain person who started gaining popularity in 2009 that many of you probably know of. Justin Bieber was introduced to the public on YouTube by Usher around 2009. Then, in April of 2009, Vivo started posting videos in order to stop copyrighted music being posted on other YouTube channels. This was from a partnership with Vivendi and YouTube. Eventually, in 2010, enough ads were added to the site that gamers and vloggers could start making money and making a living off of their videos being uploaded. Then, in April of 2010, the biggest solo YouTuber, PewDiePie, started releasing gaming videos. In December of the same year, YouTube allowed you to skip ads if they were over 5 seconds. And then later in 2011, the website started reaching 3 billion views every single day. Also in 2011, multiple features came out on YouTube in a massive overhaul of the entire website, including live streaming, a rental service, original channels that YouTube actually put money into in order to make original content, and much, much more. Eventually, in 2012, YouTube basically became the best spot for politics of any kind, including campaigns, debates, news, and many other things. And later that same year, the first video to reach 1 billion views, Gangnam Style, came out. And this was right after YouTube announced that they were reaching 4 billion views every single day. Then, in January of 2013, YouTube made YouTube Spaces in order for creators to have a space to create videos. And then, skipping ahead a little, in 2015, YouTube made YouTube Kids for the recent boom in children's videos. Then, in August of 2015, YouTube released YouTube Gaming, which was trying to compete directly with Twitch, which was gaining a lot of popularity at the time, and was owned by Amazon, not Google, even though Google had tried to buy Twitch a year prior, but failed. Then in October of the same year, YouTube released YouTube Red, which allowed you to have no ads, listen to things offline, and get access to a lot of original content as long as you paid a certain amount of money. But 3 years later, this was renamed YouTube Premium, and all of the music features went into YouTube Music, basically killing YouTube Red. Then, in January of 2016, the record was beaten for fastest video to reach 1 billion views. It was beaten by Hello by Adele, which only took 88 days to get 1 billion views, beating Gangnam Style's record. Now, around 2016 as well, YouTube's biggest trend came into light: demonetization. YouTube created algorithms that would go through all of YouTube's videos and search for inappropriate content or any content that violated the guidelines, and then demonetize this content, preventing the owner from making money off of it. This was huge, and any big-name YouTuber knows exactly what demonetization is. Then, in February of 2017, the YouTuber PewDiePie released a video where he made multiple anti-Semitic jokes and jokes about Nazis, poking fun at a serious subject. This caused Disney and YouTube, who both worked with him, to cut ties to him completely. Then in March of 2017, multiple advertisers boycotted YouTube for being put with this offensive content. This caused YouTube to lose a lot of money and eventually resulted in the first YouTube apocalypse. This apocalypse happened in April of 2017, when YouTube started using stricter guidelines and algorithms to demonetize more videos and prevent revenue from happening in a lot of YouTubers. Multiple YouTubers actually reported having a much lower income at this time. Then, in November of 2017, multiple people reported offensive or abusive content on both YouTube and YouTube Kids. This resulted in yet another boycott, and in YouTube yet again making their guidelines and algorithms more strict, slowing down revenue once again. Then in December of 2017, one of the biggest YouTubers on the site, Logan Paul, posted a highly offensive video that outraged many people and got him nearly banned from YouTube, making him one of the biggest controversial stars on YouTube. In April of 2018, yet another incident happened when a woman opened fire at a YouTube HQ because they started demonetizing her videos. This shows once again the public's outcry against demonetization and censorship on YouTube. Then in February of 2019, yet again advertisers pulled out of YouTube because of an offensive comment section on multiple kids' videos that was exposed by a YouTuber. This caused YouTube to yet again make their guidelines and algorithms more strict and decrease the revenue of its YouTubers. But yet again, an outcry happened on YouTube, but this time not from companies, but from people. In June of 2019, a YouTuber named Steven Crowder posted a video where he was reviewing another person's video and critiquing them. However, a lot of people thought that he was harassing the person, and therefore the video should be taken down. YouTube refused to take it down because it didn't directly break the rules of harassment on YouTube, therefore causing the outcry. Then in September of 2019, the FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, actually sued YouTube for $170 million because YouTube was collecting information on people under the age of 13 without their parents' consent. This is because YouTube physically can't get the written signatures of all the kids who use YouTube. It would be very impractical. This is why YouTube isn't supposed to be used by people under the age of 13 when they should be using YouTube Kids instead, but they still do. And YouTube even posted a chart displaying how a large portion of their demographics were kids under the age of 13. This caused YouTube to make a system on YouTube where videos made for kids can be marked as such, turning off the comments section, lowering the revenue of the video, and many other things. This has created a problem for YouTubers, though. This has created a balancing act for the YouTubers in that they don't want to say that their video is made for kids because then they'd lose revenue, but they also don't want to do something inappropriate in it because then they get demonetized and yet again lose revenue. So they don't know which side to go on. Then in December of 2019, YouTube yet again updated its rules, this time its rules of harassment, to prevent people from being sexist or racist. The problem is the wording is very loose, so multiple people were scared that another apocalypse would happen on videos that were commentary, critiquing, or other drama. The problem is you can't define being rude or malicious because it's kind of subjective. I mean, if someone was critiquing another person's video online, they're just critiquing it. They aren't actually attacking the person personally. But if the person is offended by it, they can claim that the person was being rude or malicious. Nevertheless, with all the hate and backlash on YouTube, it has still grossed $14 billion in 2019 alone, and it has made 9% of the company Alphabet's income, which is the company that owns Google. So basically, YouTube's being cruel to creators, censoring things from viewers, and making a huge profit off of it because there isn't another company directly competing with YouTube. There are companies like Facebook, Spotify, and Twitch that are making things like gaming videos, music, and live streams in order to compete with YouTube, but considering they don't do all of them at once, they really can't compete very well. Whether you think YouTube is doing the right thing by creating stricter algorithms and guidelines to avoid inappropriate or abusive comments, or you think that YouTube is mercilessly censoring and demonetizing creators without actual reason, you have to admit YouTube is a huge part of society today, and I wouldn't be here talking to you without it. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, be sure to let me know, and stay tuned for my videos, which always come out on 10 a.m. at Saturday. And be sure to let me know any thoughts, questions, or suggestions you have in the comments down below. And with all that being said, my name's Dylan, and I explain everything.